Good evening. Technically, I don't have a news video for you today, but I think it's worthy nevertheless. We are going to talk about family size. Now, don't roll your eyes, just stay with me for a bit. How does a family determine how many children they're going to have, and what are the factors that actually lead to that decision? Remember, I'm saying family because reproduction is a dual commitment. It's not just something women are supposed to think of. Now, your next question, why this video now? Well, all of this is coming from a conversation that I did for the Guttmacher Institute and iPass Development Foundation. I moderated this a few weeks ago. A report was laid out that details explaining why the average family size today is smaller than, let's say, a decade ago. Now, there are many reasons: contraception, abortion, and postpartum behavior, that is, after a woman has delivered. All of these play a role. All of this has an impact on how many children a family has. Dr. Sushila Singh of the Guttmacher Institute, who's one of the authors of this report, is explaining the findings.
So our key findings are that marriage is the most important determinant of the reduction in fertility from the biological maximum, contributing 36% of the reduction, followed by contraception and abortion, contributing 24% and 23% respectively, and postpartum behaviors contributing the remaining 16%. The analysis provided estimates of the impact of these four determinants for key demographic and socioeconomic subgroups. Those were age, place of residence, education, wealth status, household wealth status, and caste. And these estimates are for the national level and for each of the 29 states.
Now, marriage is the most important determinant of average family size in India. I'm sure there are no real surprises here, right? Women marrying later in life is a big part of the reason why families are smaller today. In fact, it's also not very hard to think of contraception as a family planning tool. But the fact that abortions are facilitating women in managing their fertility is an important but also a hushed up part of the conversation. The report actually details how younger and well-educated women use abortion sometimes as a family planning tool more often than women in other subgroups, but that this is a national level pattern.
These findings support other research documenting the barriers that women in India face in obtaining good quality contraceptive services. The finding that abortion is an important method that women and couples use to achieve their family size goals underscores the need for improved access to safe abortion care.
Remember, we have to keep underlining this is not an either or situation. Women need both contraception and abortion at different stages in their life, which is why policies need to support this. India has one of the more progressive abortion laws in the world, though you could argue there is scope for improvement. As we all know, abortions in this country are now legal up to 20 weeks of pregnancy for all women, including unmarried women. They are allowed up to 24 weeks for some categories of women. This includes minors, survivors of sexual assault, or in cases of fetal abnormalities. Now, some would say that despite this relatively progressive framework compared to, let's say, the United States, abortion in India is still a bit of a hush-hush topic. It doesn't have the religious connotations as it does in the West, but abortion in India still carries a level of discomfort and association with promiscuity and morality, a sense that if a woman is getting an abortion, she's promiscuous or she's having premarital sex, etc. But the fact is, the Guttmacher report actually contradicts this in some way, because it's not just unmarried women who get abortions. Married couples in India are using abortions as well as contraceptive services, as ways to manage when to have children and how many children to have. And there's obviously a reason for this.
Contraceptive methods will fail. Life circumstances change. A person may become ill. The family member is ill. Unemployment. A union dissolves. The marriage breaks up. Your situation changes, and what was a wanted pregnancy at the time it was conceived becomes an unwanted, unintended birth, and you need access to abortion in many situations that will not go away. So you continue to need both services.
And needless to say, there is scope to improve on both these fronts. There is a need to improve availability, accessibility, and quality of contraceptive services, especially within the public sector. There is a need for more male contraception. There are only 2 forms of birth control for men. And there needs to be an easier, less heavy conversation around abortion. In fact, during the webinar, a panelist spoke of how no clinics or hospitals in India will put up a board saying that they do provide abortion services, just like we do so for so many other health services. That stayed with me, and I think that's something to think about. Now, the Guttmacher study combines data from the National Health Family Survey, that's NFHS 2015-16, and a national study on abortion that was conducted in 2015. This, some would say, is the strength of this report, that data on abortion was available for the same period as that of the NHFS report. Now, its findings have a lot of insights. They also have a lot of implications for policymakers because it broadly details out the many ways in which families decide how many children they should have. I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Remember, here on Newsworthy, there's only one motto. We want to do news and information that's worthy of your time, attention, and mental health. We want you to contribute to Newsworthy to help us do more work, perhaps of this kind, more newsworthy work or other such subjects. Remember, the link to contribute is in our bio if you're watching this on Instagram, and it is in the YouTube description if you're watching it on YouTube. Remember, there is a super subscribe, a super like feature as well that you can use on YouTube. It's super quick, super smart, just takes a moment for you to contribute, and we get that support and contribution almost immediately. If you've been watching, thank you.